This is section 7.1, part 2, continuation from what we were doing in part 1. Graphing. In part 1, I showed you graphing using points, and you do an XY chart, and you plug in the values between -2 and +2. Okay, and you can do that for this, but these are lines. And if you recognize that, there's actually a quicker way to graph. If you recall, you can use the slope and the y-intercept. So I don't care which way you graph as long as you get the right answer. So let's take a look at their f function. F of x is equal to 2x. And this is in slope-intercept form. If you put plus 0, and this number is where we put a point on the y-axis. And this is our slope, so we're going to put a point on the y-axis at 0, and our slope is 2, or 2 over 1, and the number on top is positive, the number on the bottom is positive as well, so we're going to go up to, remember the top is how far we go up or down, and the bottom number is how far we go to the left or to the right. So we're going to go from 0, 0, from 0, we're going to go up 2 and to the right 1, which puts us here, and connect those dots. Let's see if I can, kind of, that was off, but there you go. So that's my f function. Let's do the g function in the same way. Let's pick a different color. So my g of x is equal to 2x plus 4. So on the y-axis, I'm going to put a point at 4, which is right here. And my slope again is 2 over 1. So I'm going to, from this point 4, I'm going to go up 2 and to the right 1. And connect the dots. And that is my g function. Okay. Now, the book actually has you plot points, which will also work. It just takes more time. And what do you notice about the two graphs? Well, they are parallel, but we knew that because you look at the slope. The slope is the same, and parallel lines have the same slope. So we actually knew ahead of time that those two lines were going to be parallel. Vertical line test. This tells us whether or not a graph is a function. If any vertical line intersects a graph in more than one point, then the graph is not a function. Be careful with the vertical line test. Notice my graph on the left, which is graph A. If I draw a vertical line here, I touch 2 points, so that tells me that it's not a function. Some students ask me, but what about if I were to draw a vertical line out here? I would not touch in 2 places. And you're right, but that still doesn't make this a function. To be a function, I have to be able to draw a vertical line anywhere on the graph. Doesn't matter where, anywhere at all, and only touch the graph once. So A is not a function. B, I can draw a vertical line anywhere and still only touch once. So this one, yes, it is a function. C, I can draw a line anywhere, vertical line, and only touch once. And D, I'm going to hit twice. So D is not a function. Okay, getting information from a graph. The given graph illustrates the body temperature from 8 a.m. through 3 p.m. X is the number of hours after 8 a.m. and Y is the body temperature. So what is the temperature at 8 o'clock in the morning? So how many hours has it been after 8 a.m. when we're actually asking about 8 a.m.? Well, that's 0 hours. So what is the body temperature at 8 a.m.? it is 101 degrees. Okay. During which period of time is your temperature decreasing? So that means my graph is going down. So from here to here, I'm going down. My body temperature is going down. So it would be between 0 hours and 3 hours after 8 a.m. Estimate your minimum temperature. Minimum temperature means the lowest. So if we look at our graph, we need the lowest point, which would be right here. And I would guess here's 98, here's 99. It's a little bit more than halfway. I'll say probably 98.7. 98.7-ish. How many hours after 8 a.m.? It's been 3 hours. So 3 hours. And what time is it? Well, 3 hours after 8 a.m. is 11 a.m. During which period of time is your temperature increasing? That means it's going up. We're going up from here to here. So between 3 and 5 hours after 8 a.m. Part of the graph is a horizontal line. What does this mean about the temperature? Well, it stays the same. And when does it occur? Between 5 and 7 hours after 8 a.m. And your homework.